What's up, lovely little fam?
Reach for the stars, 'cause we're aiming high.
No water from my host.
Do you really want water?
I'll survive. I just have a sore throat.
I'll get you one. Hello you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Amanda. This is Yvonne, if you guys are new here. This is my boyfriend. We are going to be doing things a little bit differently today. If you guys don't know, I recently started a podcast called Living Lovely. I have been recording it for since the new year. So I think I have I don't know, I think this is the 5th episode going up. So we're doing a visual component for it today because it was very highly requested. We're doing a relationship Q&A type thing. This has been coming to you guys for so long, either through a YouTube video or I wanted to incorporate it into the podcast. So here it is. We're doing both because I know not everyone listens to podcasts, so I wanted to make it accessible and make it something for everyone. So I reached out to you guys on my Instagram and I had you guys submit a bunch of questions. If you guys are not following me already on Instagram, go ahead and follow me at Amanda Louise YT and Living Lovely Podcast on Instagram so you guys don't miss out on being a part of videos and podcasts and all that fun stuff. We're going to go ahead, we're going to plug in. This is not we're just going to record us recording the podcast. So we're not going to,
Sit back.
we're going to be looking.
This chair's broken.
Do you want a pillow to put behind it? Take that cheetah one. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
More upright.
There we go. All right. And we're going to go ahead and get started.
This is weird.
Hello, you guys. What is up? Welcome back to Living Lovely Podcast. I'm Amanda, and I'm here today with our first guest on the podcast, Evan. If you guys don't know Evan, he's my boyfriend. Say hello.
Hello.
Today we are coming to you with a very, very requested episode. I get questions from you guys every single week, daily, honestly, about relationship questions that you guys want answered from both Evan and I. So I thought it'd be best to have Evan come on here and answer the questions so we have a guy's and a girl's perspectives on it. And I mean, we've been together for over 6.5 years, so I feel we both have I don't know, decent perspectives on kind of all the questions you guys have been asking. So that is going to be the main part of today's episode. But first, we're going to start out.
What?
We're going to hear that.
Hear what?
The chairs rubbing together.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. But first, we're going to start out how we do with every episode with our highs and lows of the week and our favorites. So first, we're going to start with the low, so we end on the high. Evan, do you want to start out with your low for the week?
Being sick. I thought I was getting a cold. I kind of felt crappy, and I've had a sore throat. So, I mean, it's definitely a low.
Yeah, not fun. We don't like that. I was quarantining him for the whole week, and I was do not come near me. I do not have time to get sick. My mom was just sick forever, and I'm keep all the germs away. I can't do it. My low for the week, I just haven't been feeling that good, and I kind of touched on this in a vlog, but actually I'm not even sure if I'm going to post the vlog because it just was not a good vlogging week for me. In my class on Thursday, I don't know if I had a little blackout, if my mom's freaking me out and making me think that I had a mini seizure. I really don't know. All of a sudden in class, I just was out of control of my body for a second. My vision swung sideways and I just don't really know what happened. So it was really scary. And then just this whole weekend, I just have not been feeling good. My head's felt messed up. My stomach just hasn't been happy. I'm just not feeling that great. And I've had a lot that I needed to get done this weekend. And I kind of just haven't felt like doing any of it. So that would be the low for sure. But we're starting off next week strong. We're getting back into the swing of things. And hopefully we'll just both be feeling much better.
Oh, yeah.
By tomorrow. Also, I feel we'll touch on it in a little bit. Today's Super Bowl Sunday. I feel we need to
Make a prediction?
Make a prediction. All right. First, we'll do the highs. I'm going to do your high.
Oh, hanging out with you yesterday was just relaxing, and we just did nothing.
Yeah.
And then after we stopped hanging out, I went to the gym and I got a really good workout in. I biked 7 miles, and it was one of my best workouts I've had in the past couple weeks. So
that's always good. It's always nice to have a good workout and leaving feeling good. yeah, yesterday I needed to get so much done, and we were like, we're just gonna like lay around, like have just like a relaxing day, and I think we both really needed it, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
My high of the week, that was definitely one of them, and then I kind of have two other ones. I feel like this was like a really sad week, because I feel like we're all like, I feel like the whole world is still like mourning like the loss of Kobe and like everyone else that died. So it's been like a heavy week, I feel like, for a lot of people. But oh, Evan just picked up a ladybug. Hello.
It's Dusty.
Hi, honey. Do you need help? Can we get the dust off of you?
Where do I put this?
I don't know why you picked it up.
It was just crawling in front of me.
Just like put it. I don't really know. Come here, sweetie.
It's just sitting on my finger.
Okay, that's not gonna work.
I'm just gonna let it sit on my finger.
Okay. So my other two highs for the week were on, what day was it? On Thursday, it was one of my best friend's birthdays. Me and my friend Sarah have been friends since like kindergarten, and she she transferred to UConn last year, but because we were both kind of like in completely different schedules, we still don't see each other very often at all. But she's like such an important person in my life, and so I was so excited to get to like go out and celebrate her birthday with her. So that was really fun. And then on Friday night, you guys are probably gonna laugh at me. I went to a concert with my parents. We went to go see ABBA, and it was like a tribute band. If you guys don't know who ABBA is, I'm sure you probably do. They sang Dancing Queen and Mamma Mia, but those are like probably their two most popular songs, but I don't like the basic songs. I like all of their other ones that no one has any idea exist. And I thought I was going to be the only person under like 50 years old there, which like the majority of the crowd was elderly, but there were like a few other young people. It was just like such a good time. They just like, it's such like happy vibes. Like their music just like puts you in a good mood. And so that was awesome. I've like wanted to see them for years and years. And so it was a really fun experience. So that was
the
a really good time.
ladybug just fell off your laptop and it's rolling on its back.
Honey. Honey, come here. Come here.
It doesn't know what to do.
What happened to your wing, sweetie?
It like let it go out once it fell.
Why isn't it going back in?
I don't know. What's it doing?
Is it on me still? Yeah. Sorry, guys. We have another guest this week on the pod.
It's got a mind of its own.
Sweetie pie, get off my finger.
I don't know what's going on.
We're gonna put you there, little honey bun. Okay. Next, we're gonna go on to our favorites of the week. Evan was like, what do I do for this? And I'm like, anything. What is your favorite thing at the moment? Like, let the people know. It can be anything, a TV show, an item, or whatever. So we're gonna see what he has to say for his favorite.
The show You on Netflix. I binge watched both seasons in like...
Sorry, ASMR.
It's all good. Like 3 nights.
Jeez.
Maybe three or four.
Both seasons you watched in 3 nights?
Yeah, well, one of them was... Well, I started, like, early one night, and I watched, like, a lot. Maybe not 4 nights.
That is very
like
few
5 nights, but still.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it was one... I don't think we hung out last weekend for one of the days.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do anything. Like, I went to the gym in the morning and... Excuse me. And then I just, like, watched that all day and all night.
Well, dang.
It's really good.
Yeah, I watched one or 2 episodes with him, and... Okay, my problem is we watched it really late at night, and then I had to drive home afterwards. I can't do scary things at night.
It's not scary.
It's kind of scary. It's like, I mean, like, I could drive home and I was fine. Like, if we watched, like, Dateline or something, I wouldn't have been able to. But it seems, like, good from what I saw of it.
It was really good.
I know a lot of people really like it.
Season 2 had a really good twist, kind of towards the end.
Really? That's good to hear because a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but I feel like I was hearing people say that they didn't like Season 2 as much as Season 1. So you liked it?
Yeah, I almost... I think Season 1 was better, but 2 was really good. It had like a twist, which I was not gonna say.
All right.
And then they ended the season on like a really good twist.
Yeah. So like they're gonna have another one coming.
Yeah, they said 2021 to season 3.
You have to wait a whole year.
Well, it takes a long time to make TV.
I guess. Dang. I cannot wait that long. That reminds me of like when I was obsessed with Pretty Little Liars in high school. And we had to wait like months for like the next season to come. And I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's really like binge-worthy show.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't wait like a week like for every episode.
Yeah.
But like, it's just one of those things like, every episode just like ends on a cliffhanger and you just keep watching and watching and watching.
No, I get that. Going on to my favorite for this week, are 2 like apps that I've just recently downloaded. I'm using one right now to plan this out. The apps GoodNotes and Procreate for iPad. I have talked to you guys about like my iPad in previous episodes. That's like one of my favorite. It's like one of the best purchases, not that I made because my parents gave it to me, but like one of the best, I feel like, investments that like I've owned. I really enjoy using it. I use it every single day. I was kind of afraid that it was going to be one of those things where like I got and I didn't use it as much as I thought I was going to, but no, I really like it. I use it to plan out all my podcasts, all my videos, make to-do lists. I'm using it to study and take all my notes for classes and stuff. I originally downloaded Notability, but Amy downloaded both Notability and GoodNotes, and I was watching her take her notes on GoodNotes and stuff, and it just has a lot more features, I feel like, which if you're using it for school and stuff like that, I feel like it just makes it a lot easier. You can use notebooks to like keep all of your notes in the same place, and you can kind of do that on Notability. It's just not organized as well. I just really like the way it's set up and all the features that it has. And then the other one is Procreate, which I almost wish I didn't download because I've wasted so much time on it. It's people that do like graphic design and stuff like that use it, but you can, like, a lot of people, if you see people using like, or posting outlines or drawings of people, like cartoon kind of things of people, they most likely use Procreate. And so it's really cool because you can like upload pictures and then you can draw on top of them to kind of like make cartoon things. And it's just like a lot of fun. Like, I'm having a really good time with it. So those are both really good purchases if you guys are looking for apps for your iPads. Next, we are going to go on to the Bachelor Brief, and I feel like Evan is overwhelmed looking at all of my notes right now because they're literally so, like, scribbled everywhere. Also, if you guys want a visual for this episode, we're also recording it to post on my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna, like, show you guys my Bachelor notes. And I feel like I don't have everything written down. I was planning all of this out, but then I kind of forgot that I was doing it, and I think I didn't finish it, so I'm hoping that I got most of the points and we will just kind of like flow with it. And it's even better because Evan also watches The Bachelor, but we have...
me hooked.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, I feel like every guy's like afraid to admit that they actually like it, but like they all like it. Like, I feel like all of like dads and stuff, they're like, oh, my wife makes me watch it. Like, no, you enjoy watching it. Like, my dad went up to the Cape this week and my mom called him and he was like, oh, The Bachelor's on, and he went and turned it on. Like, it's like a thing. Like, it's good. You just gotta watch it. You get hooked in it. So, Evan and I have not watched the episodes together yet for this season, just because, like, he has work, I have class, and, like, early the next morning and everything, so we've just been watching them separately. So I feel like it'd be good, because we'll get to, like, kind of hear our thoughts on things, and I have you guys from the group chat, like, kind of talking about your thoughts and opinions, and I've kind of incorporated your thoughts into my notes as well, because I go back through our GroupMe and look at everything. So, also, I will put a timestamp in the description if you guys are not Bachelor fans and you want to skip through this, so be sure to check there for that. Oh, and also, we did start a GroupMe in my Facebook page, Amanda's Lovely Little Fam. If you guys want to join the Facebook page, be sure to join it. I'll put the link in the description as well, and also the link to join our GroupMe if you guys want to chat with us during Bachelor Monday. We're going to start the Bachelor Brief. First, actually, I didn't tell you this. I don't know if you know this. This week, The Bachelor is going to be on 5 hours. Like, not in one day. Monday's episode is going to be 3 hours, and then they have another episode on Wednesday that's 2 hours.
Why?
So there must be some crazy drama going on. I don't know. But,
Jeez.
yeah, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, Monday, it's going to be on from 8 to 11, and again, Wednesday from 8 to 10, so.
Wow.
Previously on The Bachelor, we're going to start with picking up on Victoria F's date. So, you guys know I'm not a fan of her. There have been spoilers about her, and obviously I don't want to say them on here just because, like, I don't want to be that person that ruins it for you guys. But if you're curious, it's very easy to find if you just Google, like, Victoria F, like, rumors. It doesn't spoil, like, what happens in The Bachelor, but it's just, like, about her outside of The Bachelor. So, first, Chase Rice, like, what? How? Like, how did this random girl date Chase Rice? Like, I'm so confused. Like, if she's this random person from, like, where is she from? Like, Long Island or something?
I don't know.
How did she meet Chase Rice and how did they date? And, like...
That must mean she must be, like, not famous, but, like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Has, like, done something to, like, be around, like, famous people.
I have no idea. But what also just, like, doesn't make sense to me is, like, going back to a few episodes ago, she was, like, talking about, like, how she was so insecure. I'm talking about, like, the runway date. So she was so insecure. She didn't want to do it. She's crying and, like, and if that's, like, you know, a real thing, like, obviously that's awful. Everyone has their insecurities and stuff. But then she proceeds to strut out on the runway in literally lingerie. Like, those two things don't go together. You are not the most insecure person ever, that, like, so bad that you're literally crying that you don't want to go on this date, and then you walk out in lingerie. I'm sorry. Like, the entire world just saw you. Like, you can't be that insecure. It just doesn't make sense. Then you've dated Chase Rice. Again, if you're the most insecure person in the world, you are not, like, confident enough to go and, like, one, talk to a famous person or date them. Like, that's like
really weird how they, like, the producers, like, totally, like, planned that. Because I, like, Googled something about it, and then it, like, came to, like somebody interviewing Chase Rice, and he didn't even know that it was going to be her. So,
was it two girls interviewing them?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
It was, like, a text, like, it was, like, an article.
Yeah.
But, like, that's, like...
Yeah.
I can't swear, but that's, like, BS.
Yeah.
Like, that, like, they would, like, do that to him. Like, that's just so awkward.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I know, I was gonna say, like, the producers were straight up like, okay, Chase Rice X, check. I'm scared of heights equals roller coasters and bungee jumping, check. Like, we got totally, it, perfect
like,
date for you.
I bet when they're, like, interviewing the girls to be on the show, they ask them, like, their biggest fears and stuff. Like,
yeah, oh, I'm sure.
They instigate, like, I know it's for TV and, like, what's, like, makes it good, but, like, they, like, tried too hard.
Oh, absolutely. Also, another little, like, thing, and I don't know if you guys saw this, Amy pointed this out to me. At the beginning of last episode, when she got the date card, she was so afraid that they were going to be going skydiving. She's like, I'm so afraid of heights, like, I don't want to skydive or whatever. She's been skydiving before. She has a picture on her Instagram of her skydiving. Like, what? I feel like this girl is literally just the biggest lie ever. Like, I don't understand. So I feel like that's very fishy. And also, if you're so afraid of heights, you want to marry a pilot? Like, that doesn't... You know what pilots do, right? Like, I'm confused. Whatever. Also, Peter's reaction to finding out that she dated him was so funny. Like, it was just, like... He clearly had zero idea that that was happening because he was so into the date. Like, oh my god, like if we end up together, like maybe he'll sing at our wedding. It was funny.
Like it's funny how they like edit like the show.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, can you believe like Chase Wright played us a show?
I know.
And she's like, oh yeah.
Like,
he's like so pumped.
He's so pumped, and then he's like, you're literally kidding me.
He was probably really pissed at, like, the producers.
Oh, I'm sure he was furious. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Also, continuing on to Victoria F, sorry, we will be done talking about her in just a moment. But also another thing where I feel like she's just, like, fake. Up until this point, she's acted all, like, shy and, like, skittish, honestly. And then she exploded at Alea when she came back. And, like, honestly, like, obviously... Alea was wrong to come in and, like, kind of expose that her and Chase dated because that's, like, her own story to tell. But it's not like these girls were never going to find out. Like, literally all of America knows now. And so, like, Alea definitely deserves to be, like, yelled at. I'm not, like, on Alea's side by any means. But, like, you aren't, like, a little quiet church mouse and then all of a sudden, suddenly, like, flip a switch and then... start cussing someone out and like telling, I don't know. I feel like it's just like all an act. Like you can't go from being all shy and like barely talking to like literally being close to like strangling someone. So I don't understand. I'm not here for this. Here.
You're calling her out.
I am. I'm not a fan of her. I just think
really
she's
just care. It's just like.
But like it's
like,
just.
I know she's not gonna like win.
Well, yeah.
I don't like hate her, so I just like don't care.
I don't like the fakeness of it, and I feel like she's trying to get away and like make people feel bad for her when really, because I know the truth about her reality, like in real life, it's just like, I just feel like her innocence is like a complete act. Especially because if you go back to night one, what she said, I'm not going to repeat what she said, but like literally the first thing she said to Peter when she stepped out of limo, you are not innocent, honey. Like, if you don't remember, go and look it up. I'm not saying it, but like, she's no saint, and I'm not here for it. I don't like her. Okay, we're done attacking Victoria F now. We're gonna move on to Alea, and we'll start attacking her instead. I mentioned this last week. The first episode that I talked about this, I really thought I was gonna like Alea, and she completely gave me the wrong idea of her from the start. If she does not go home, I will literally lose my mind. I cannot handle her. I am so angry that she came back. And I'm honestly very angry at Peter, which I did not think that I would say, that he gave her the group date rose. Like...
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I don't like really remember.
She wasn't even on the date.
Yeah.
Like, that
she like
is...
sat in the center of the couch. Yeah, I remember that.
Is that even illegal? Or is that even legal? Like, I feel like it's not.
Oh, they can do whatever they want.
I mean, like, I feel like
Is
it's
it legal?
not. Like, all of the girls are just so furious, and like at this point, he knows he messed up real bad. And like kind of touching on like the Alea and Victoria P thing.
Oh, they were like making it like look like the other Victoria was like a big liar.
Oh yeah, yep, that's
which
exactly.
I don't know. She was number one on my list,
I
and
know.
I'm just like,
I know. So
she's slipping.
What I think is really happening here, like first of all, I'm annoyed that the producers, maybe it's not even the producers, they're making her look really bad right now, and I feel like they're trying to confuse all of us because we all thought she was like America's sweetheart and like this little angel, and I feel like they're trying to like make her look bad, which I think is just wrong and like they should not be doing, because I really don't think she has a bad bone in her body. So what I really think is happening here is it's like one of those situations where you're like friends with like there's someone in your friend group that you're like not really friends with, but they're friends with your friends, so you're kind of just like with them like by association. You like kind of hang out with them, but you're never really, you don't get close to them. They're just like in the group, but like
it sounded like they were both like, what is it, like Miss Teen, not Teen.
Well, yeah,
Miss,
no, they were in like Miss America's competitions.
Their states, so like they probably like
they all know each other.
If they were like all like the top like 50, like they know of each other, and like
yes.
Maybe they were in like the same event and like,
exactly
hung out or something. Just because you like know somebody doesn't
you're not
mean
friends,
you're,
with,
friends with them.
Exactly. Like
she could be saying like, oh, like we've hung out. What are you talking about? But like because they got dinner because they were like forced out at an event to like be with each other.
Well, they did. Like Alea was like, we went like to Las Vegas together or whatever, and then Peter brought it up to Victoria and she's like, well, like yeah, we did, but like I'm saying, I feel like what's happening here is because Victoria P is such a nice person. I mean, like you don't like straight up tell someone you don't like them if they're friends with like your friends. Like they could have literally just like gone on this trip with multiple people and like they happen to be there together, but it doesn't mean that they're talking, they're hanging out, like they're friends. Like I feel like they could like this Alea I feel like is taking it too seriously and like thinks that they're like BFFs, but really they're just like acquaintances. And I feel like Victoria like is just too nice to straight up be like, dude, this is like how it really is. Like I actually don't like you. Like we're literally just acquaintances, and like she's not gonna say that on TV because that makes you look bad. Like you wouldn't say that just to someone if you weren't on TV. I feel like that's the reason why she keeps saying like I just don't know what else to say. I just don't know what else to say, because she's not the type of person to just be like, we're acquaintances. We've been in the same place at the same time. We're not friends. Like, I literally just don't like you. Like, she's not going to do that. So I could be wrong, but like, do I think I am? Like, not really. Like, I feel like that's what's going on. I love her. I think she's a sweetheart. I don't think she would lie to Peter over this because she was so secure in the relationship that they had. Like, they had such a good date, and like, I feel like they clicked so instantly. I don't think that she really has any need to lie to him about this. And I feel like the fact that every other girl in the house is so against Alea, like, that speaks volumes compared to like this one little like situation about them knowing each other. You know what I mean? So, okay.
Agreed.
Continuing on, the only point that I have left here, and if you think of anything else that happened in the last episode, feel free to bring it up.
I don't really remember.
But Kelsey had a one-on-one, and I was anti-Kelsey.
I kind of like didn't watch like that part. Like, I was like on my phone and like not really paying attention, just because I don't like her.
She impressed me, though. I liked her better after this first date, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. A lot of girls did in my in the group me, at least. So Kelsey definitely impressed me. I feel like she definitely got off to a bad start. They need to keep her out of the alcohol cabinet for sure. But besides that, I feel like she's been through a lot in her life, and I think that obviously, as she was kind of saying, like, that's kind of made her who she is, and she puts out this like hard shell. But she just has been through a lot. So I do like her. She definitely redeemed herself for me. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. And I think they left us on a cliffhanger again, didn't they? Did they not? Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. 5 hours this week. We'll have a lot to catch you guys up on next week. So look forward to that. Now we are going to hop into the main part of the podcast, our Q&A, the relationship Q&A. As I said, if you guys want to be a part of future episodes, be sure to follow me at Living Lovely Podcast on Instagram. I ask you guys what you want the topics of the week to be for the podcast. I also do a Q&A every week, so you guys can submit questions about literally anything, and I will answer them at the end of the podcast. But this week is just going to be all Q&A, answering all of the questions that you guys have about our relationship, about just relationships in general, and hopefully we can give you guys some feedback and our opinions on it.
I'm sleepy.
Wake up!
I know. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Oh, should we give our opinions about the Super Bowl really quick? Okay, so just quickly. If you guys are watching the Super Bowl, or if you don't care about football, like, honestly, I'm not a huge football fan, so like this, I'm really probably not even gonna watch it. But for background, I'm a Patriots fan. Excuse me?
I'm not a Patriots fan.
I know. You're supposed to say what you are.
I don't have like a team, but like my dad likes the Cowboys. So
yeah,
like,
I was gonna say Cowboys for you.
So like I root for the Cowboys, but like I'm like a diehard fan. But
That's me,
I
Patriots.
watch like football every Sunday, and I like football's my favorite sport, and I'm heavily invested in watching like in the NFL. So
yeah, I'm kind of the same. Like, my dad has just always rooted for the Patriots, so I just have grown up a Patriots fan.
You're a fair.
Okay, no. Like, I literally just said, like, I don't really care that much. Like, I don't watch football. Like, exactly. I would watch them if they were in the Super Bowl. I would go to a game. Like, I would enjoy going to a game, but it's kind of the same for me for all sports. Like, I don't like watching them on TV. I want to be there. Like, I am, like invested when I'm at a game, but, like, I won't sit down and watch it on TV.
I've never been to an NFL game, but they're expensive.
They're very expensive, but I mean, I would like to do that. But, yeah, no, I'm not diehard Patriots. It's just like, that's who I grew up cheering for, so that's just what we do. But for the Super Bowl, who are you rooting for?
I don't really care, but I'd like to see the Chiefs win because their coach, he's been to a Super Bowl before and lost, and I think he's borderline Hall of Fame. He'll probably make it to the Hall of Fame. He's a good coach, but he's never won, so I like to see him win.
Yeah. And same for me. I'd like to see the Chiefs win. I literally know nothing. But who did I tell you about?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. There was this article, I think it was on Facebook, about him, or it might have been a tweet or something. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter. But and I didn't even know who it was. Like, I literally looked up who it was, and then my mom was like, "I think they're in the Super Bowl." Like, I literally didn't even know. So like, but there was this tweet about him that I guess he's from Kansas City or lives in Kansas City, and he went out to like a pizza place with his girlfriend, or I don't know if I think it's his girlfriend, I don't know. for dinner, and no one came up to them all night, like, you know, asking for autographs or selfies. They just like let them enjoy their night. And even when he went to go get up and leave, still no one had come up to them for anything. And so he like turned around and he was like, I like appreciate you all so much for just letting us have like a night to ourselves, like relaxing night to ourselves. Like, this is why I love Kansas City. And after they left, it was revealed that like he had paid for everyone's bill in the restaurant. So I think like that's just awesome. Like, you know, I feel like there are not that many people like that in the world. And there was something else that I told you about. What did I tell you about? Oh, my mom heard somewhere that I guess when the Chiefs found out that they were going to the Super Bowl, they gave everyone that worked for them, down to like the custodians and their families, tickets to go to the Super Bowl because they were so excited to be in it. And I think that's just awesome, like that they, you know, like they're so excited and they care about everyone that works for them, even if they're a janitor. So I just really like that. I think that they obviously are like, you know, like good people for the most part. And so I would like to see them win because, you know, they deserve it. Okay, those are our thoughts on the Super Bowl. Now we are going to go ahead and get into the Q&A. I have questions kind of all over the place because I kind of figured that you guys would want to see this on my YouTube channel as well. So I asked on both accounts, but I'm going to start off with the podcast account just because, you know, you guys are my biggest supporters for the podcast, and so I want to get your questions answered first. Actually, first, I think we should start out with the basic ones because I've kind of seen most of them come in, and
you have like a head start.
Well, I didn't really think about any of them, but like I saw like a lot of people ask, like, I know you hate telling the story for whatever reason, but like how we met and like how long we've been together. Like those are just like, I feel like the most.
You told the story like 300 times.
I know,
That's why
but
I'm
like, but there are new people,
I know.
so like I have to, you know, like update them. We won't tell it like in like a long story, but so we've been together for like a little over 6.5 years, and how we started dating, we went to the same high school. I was a freshman, Evan was a senior, and we both had gym class at the same time. We weren't in the same class, but he was in like
connected kind of.
Yeah, so like I was in like kind of like the freshman gym class, and Evan was in like a fitness, like weightlifting.
Yeah, it's like a fitness class. It's
yeah,
like anybody could join besides freshmen.
Yes, so we had different teachers, but how our classes were run were like we'd all do like the like warm up, like running warm up in the beginning, and we have like a weight room and a cardio room. So when my class was in the weight room, his was in the cardio room, and so on and so forth. Like we'd switch back and forth, but the rooms were like divided by a window kind of thing. So like we could always see the other class, and so like I had my eye on Evan for like a while. But I didn't know who he was because he was so much older than me. And Evan would like my tweets on Twitter. And so I knew his name, but I had no idea that was him because, like, you know, like, guys don't really post, like, selfies for their, like, profile pictures. Like, I'm sure it was probably something that wasn't of you. Like, I didn't know what you looked like. I just knew the name. And so there was one day that Evan and like, I don't know, some other people, I couldn't tell you who they were, walked into the weight room while my class was in there, and I was in the class with one of my best friends at the time. So her sister was older, like in Evan's grade, and so I was like, do you know who that is? And she was like, oh, that's Evan, and like said his name, and I was like, that's the kid that's been liking my tweets, and I was like freaking out. And so that was just like when I first like realized like that was him. And then, I don't know how long later it was. Like, I don't remember exactly when that was, but there was a riot at our school. The senior class, like Evan's class, was going to do, like, their senior prank, and it was just going to be, like, this, like, minor little thing where they were going to, like, do a cookout in the parking lot. And basically, the administration found out, and they were like, you're not doing that, and, like, shut everything down. And so they were like, we were going to do this innocent little thing, and you don't want us to do it, so now we're going to go nuts. So basically, the night before their senior prank was supposed to happen, they got all of the grades involved, like, on Twitter, because Twitter was, like, a big thing back then, and the whole school did, like, a blackout, but it ended up being a riot. So the entire school wore black. Except I remember you like didn't wear black. You wore like a black bandana, and I was like, this kid doesn't. He can't even wear all black. I'm like, it's a blackout.
I don't know. Who knows when I went through my head.
And so, but the night before, when everyone's like, you know, planning out what's going on with the riot, Evan tweeted, "Has anyone got some Heelys I could borrow?" And like, Heelys were literally my childhood. So when I saw that, I was like, funny, and I favorited the tweet. And then shortly later, Evan DM'd me on Twitter and was like, "So you got my Heelys?" And the rest is history. So that's like how we started talking. And I obviously liked him, but at the time I didn't really think it was gonna like become anything. And so we were just like talking casually, and then he invited me to his graduation party, which was like 12 days later. You refused to admit this, but it was 12 days later, and I like spent the whole day with him and like his friends at his graduation party, and then at night his friends were like going into like a different graduation party, and we just like stayed outside in like the bed of like someone's truck. I don't know whose it was, and we were just like looking at the stars, and like that's when he asked me, and that's how it all started. But it was like very fast. Like we literally talked for like 12 days, and it was like, I mean, at the time we were just like, oh, we'll like talk for like the summer kind of thing, because I remember you were going away to college, and we were like, you know, it's, you know, I feel like neither of us like really expected much to come of it, but here we are 6.5 years later, and I'm refusing to let go. So, yeah. And the rest is history.
Right, Billy?
And now we have a little piglet son.
I don't even know where he is. I can't see him through the mirror.
I think he's sleeping in his pink house.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. That's how we met. And, yeah.
I hit the burp really bad.
Okay, well, I can go.
Oh my god. Leave that in.
Okay,
it's like a segment to like the next topic. It's a seltzer. Seltzer makes me burp.
Yeah, it's very bubbly. Okay, so I figured it would be best to get those two things out of the way.
Alright, let's do this. I have to
go
cook
on
for
to
the
it.
Super Bowl.
Okay. First question. What is our favorite date?
Getting like dinner or something, and then just like snuggling after.
Yeah, we
don't like do like
exciting things.
we don't have like the bachelor budget. Like we can't rent out like a theme park.
Yeah, not usually.
I wonder
Like
how much that costs
occasionally.
them.
I can't imagine.
They probably spend like so much money each episode.
But at
even
the
to like
same
fly
time,
when they have them like fly the planes, like that costs so much money.
oh yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, for like renting out like either like the stadium or like the theme park, that also gives them like great like exposure. So I feel like it's almost like a partnership
I wonder
type thing.
if Chase Rice had to pay to be on the show.
Well, I don't think so. I think they reached out to him and he agreed to it because at the time, well, actually, I don't know if he knew this, but like in that interview that you were talking about earlier, he was like, it works out really well because the week that show is airing, I'm releasing new music. So it's like great exposure. But yeah, so I don't think so. I think they like reach out to the people and have them on.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh.
Just curious.
There was something else that I was going to talk about, but I just wanted to tell you guys this really quickly. Sorry, back to The Bachelor really quick. The song that he...
I think our ladybug died.
No, leave her alone. She's fine. Back to what we were talking about with Chase Rice. I would just like to point out the lyrics of his song that he sang to them. If it's Monday and it's over, you know the show your girls all come over for, and the red wine's getting lower, and your last friend's out the door. When there's no more roses to go around, hit me up, girl, you know I'm down. So it's like literally about The Bachelor. It's a Monday, the show your girls all come over for.
Oh, what the heck?
Wine and roses. It's literally about The Bachelor.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good song.
It's a really good song.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, want to know another funny thing I just thought of?
What?
I saw a video. Who was the one? I think it was Victoria, the blonde one.
Uh-huh.
Did he take her to like like a saloon bar kind of thing.
Yeah.
When they were driving in his truck, he was like, white wine or red wine? And she's like, oh, red wine. I love red wine. He's like, oh, me too. And then when they went to the bar, she got white wine.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I saw the video online.
That's really funny. That's really funny. Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean like you like...
No, don't
but
like
it was just
but
funny how it was like...
That is very funny.
In like the next scene.
Red wine's disgusting. Okay, moving on. I'm moving in with my boyfriend in the spring. Any tips on that? So if you guys don't know, we lived together for like a very short amount of time. I'm just gonna explain this very briefly because I get so many questions on it. It's absolutely absurd. So Evan was having work done on his house. He literally could not live on it. His house was on stilts to have his foundation rebuilt. So instead of living with his parents in like a camper for like several months, he moved in with my family and I. It was always the plan for him to just stay while his house was getting redone and move back in. A lot of people are like, why don't you guys live together anymore? So like that is that. Like that was just always the plan. It wasn't like
Temporary.
it wasn't like we got sick of each other and we were like, okay, move out. Like I was really upset that he had to move back out. So I mean, we have like very little experience moving or like living together, but I don't know. What would you say about moving in? Like tips on moving in together? Like I feel like
I don't know. We haven't really like.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like
you just like do it. Like, I don't know.
But like I think they mean more than just like living together. Like not like putting up with each other, but like I think that's more the question. I feel like I know you're in the same place, but like if someone like needs their space, I feel like you need to like like let them do their own thing or whatever.
Yeah, like how like yeah. I don't know what to say. Like I don't know. Like if he like wanted to like. I don't know what he likes to do. Say he like playing like video games and he want to like play video games. Like you can't get mad at somebody just because you live together. Like
they don't want to spend time with you. They want to play video games.
Like that doesn't mean they don't like you and like not want to hang out. They just want to do something they like doing.
Exactly, because if you weren't living together, they would be doing that anyway and just like like text you while it's happening or even not. Just like like so you need to understand that even though you're moving in together, like they still have like a life outside of you, even though you're like together, you know what I mean? So you need to let each other do your own thing and yeah.
There's another ladybug.
Yeah, no, they're everywhere. They all came out of like hibernation this morning. They were all over the place.
I have not seen a ladybug in so long. I think this one's dead.
No, they're not. Leave her alone. She's fine. She's chilling.
Alright, next question.
I got a lot of questions on what kind of dates we prefer to go on. I feel like our favorite things to do are just kind of just...
Get dinner and then hang out.
Exactly. We don't... And I feel like a lot of people are not going to want to hear that because a lot of people were saying, like, we get bored with our dates. Like, we end up just, like, getting food and going to bed. And I'm like, that's kind of our favorite thing to do. So... But I mean, other dates we do go on.
Like obviously, like we would prefer to like go travel to like Cancun for the weekend.
Yeah, but like we don't have the means. Exactly. But like I mean, other things to do that are like inexpensive or free, like go on hikes. Yeah. Go watch the sunset somewhere. Like
go to the beach, if there's like a beach or
exactly.
like a lake, like go just, like kayaking. That's fun.
Exactly. And I feel like. Because obviously everyone has like different things around them and every location's different. You can always Google like cool things to do in your area that like maybe you don't know about. Because that's something we actually want to try and do. Like before we end up moving, there was this list of things that I found like the coolest things to do in Connecticut. And so I'd kind of like to go to all of those things and maybe we'll make a video out of it showing you guys just like some different places and different things to do. Favorite thing about one another. By the way, you two are couple goals. Love you. Love you too, Amanda. She's the sweetest. Favorite thing about one another.
How kind you are. Obviously, like, you're pretty, dude. But, like, just, like, how good of a person you are.
Thanks, Bubba. Mine's, like, the same. Like, he just has such a big heart and he cares so deeply. And there's just, like, there's truly no one like him. Like I say all the time, like, if we were not together, I don't think I would ever date ever again because it just, like, just no one compares.
Love you.
I love you, too. Can you picture your life with one another forever? Absolutely.
I don't think we'd be dating this long if we did.
No.
It would just be a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah, see, date night ideas. I've been with my husband for 5 years. We live in a small town. We run out of ideas for date night, so we kind of just eat fast food and go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, there's just, like, only so much you can do.
Yeah, but I mean, because you're saying you're just eating fast food. I mean,
like cook a good dinner.
Yeah, I was gonna say cook a dinner.
Like, go to the grocery store. Like
that's always fun. Turn on some music, dance around the kitchen while you're cooking.
Find like some kind of cool recipe or something. Cook it.
Yeah.
And then, like get like ice cream at the grocery store while you're there or something, and just like
find a new movie that you've never watched. Yeah. Or like if you like going out to eat, find a restaurant that you guys have never tried and just like try a new restaurant each time. And it doesn't have to be like some expensive crazy place, but even just driving like a little bit further to find something new just to switch it up.
Yeah, like Bojangles.
You're obsessed. Evan's been saying Bojangles all day.
I've never had it. I've seen it when I went down south, but I just heard they have good chicken biscuits and they have good hash browns.
How did you know you were ready for a kiss? Evan knew the second he saw me.
I guess
Evan was eager for a kiss.
I like you.
But, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, like, thinking about it outside of our relationship, like, I don't know. Obviously, if you don't feel you're comfortable, like, I feel like you'll know when you're comfortable for it if you're, like, worried about that.
Real life's not like The Bachelor.
No, real life is not like The Bachelor, but,
I don't know.
Okay, moving on. Someone asked, how do you guys stay financially stable? So, I mean, I feel like that would be a question for when we move out, because,
that will be like the true test.
yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll be fine.
I don't buy anything, so
Evan
that's
is
fine.
very good with his money. I, on the other hand, am not.
Like, I almost didn't buy meatballs today because they were $6.
Yeah, like, that is,
I
yeah.
spend my money when I want to, but I like to save my money.
Yeah, he's very good about it. And
I like save up for like big purchases kind of a thing.
yeah, and my problem is I just buy something when I like it, and then all my money is gone. So I really need to get better about that, and that's one of my New Year's goals, and I just really need to like start doing that. My problem is, especially this month, because I want to get better, and I have like the motivation to get better about it, but I wanted to like get everything that I wanted for this new year to like start a fresh wardrobe and like the things I want, and now I feel like I'm like good and I'm set, and now I'll be good for a little while to like start saving and whatever. But yeah, right now it's like for me it's a little bit of a struggle, but we'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Those were all the questions from the Living Lovely podcast Instagram. We got a lot of questions about do we fight, how we solve our fights, things like that. I say this a lot, and I feel like you guys like think that I'm making it up, but like we truly just, I don't think we've ever been in a fight. We bicker, I feel like, quite frequently, but like we've never...
Maybe like a one like night like thing. We don't like fight, you know?
No, it's never like screaming at each other. It's like ever. And I feel like a lot, that's very not even unrealistic. That's not the word I'm looking for, but like I feel like that's very uncommon. And so I feel like I've talked about it in the past. I feel like solving arguments can come out of kind of how we prevent them. Like communication is just everything, and you can't bottle up your feelings to the point of like explosion. Like if something's bothering you, you just need to like be open and honest about it and be like, this is bothering me, like we need to fix it. Or just being like, you're annoying me, like stop. Like because Evan really likes to push my buttons. I feel like that's the kind of, those are like the only times that we bicker. Or if I'm just like
it's just
grumpy.
I annoy you and then you get nasty.
Well, that's because it's annoying.
It's kind of fun.
It's not fun. Like you think I'm kidding, but like
I know.
we wouldn't even bicker if he didn't do that. Like we just are, I feel like our personalities are just very compatible, and we just like, I was saying, I don't know if I said this in the last episode or what, but for those of you like who don't listen to the podcast and you're watching the video, I feel like we like, yeah, like our personalities are very compatible, and we just care about each other so much that like we don't want to fight. Like we would never want to do something to hurt the other person because it would just like hurt us. You know, like I don't ever want to see you upset, and I don't ever want to do something that like makes you mad or like, you know, like it's just, I feel like it's just and I sometimes it's like unavoidable because it's like, I don't know, if they're doing something that they don't know is bothering you and it's really bothering you, like obviously you need to say it, and like, but it's better to just say it from the start than like bottle everything up, because they can't read your mind. They don't know that what they're doing is like bothering you or whatever. So communication is everything, and I feel like that's like what just makes us not fight.
Yeah.
Because we just are like open and honest. Like if you're bugging me, I'm like, dude, stop, I'm gonna punch you. Like, stop. But then it's just done, you know? Like, we just like get it out of the way.
I think the ladybug moved, by the way.
Yeah, she's good.
She's good.
She's good, if anyone was wondering. Let's see. Have you ever done long distance? If so, do you have any tips? So,
No.
we've never done like long distance, but when you first started college, it wasn't even long distance. He was still close by, but he like lived there. Just like talking, making time to talk to each other. You don't need to be texting all day, every day. You don't need to see each other every day. Like just letting you know that you're there, and you know, you could FaceTime at the end of the night, or like everyone's like needs different things out of a relationship. So obviously that's going to differ like from each relationship. And we kind of talk just all day, even if it's about nothing. It's just kind of like, you know, like we know we're there, we know what we're doing, we keep each other updated on like what's going on, and you know, and like for us, like that's enough. Like we get it if we don't have time to see each other. But I mean, long distance wise, we haven't been.
We update each other like everything.
Yeah,
Actually, Cheez-Its.
Yeah, no, literally, Evan will be like, I just bought Stop and Shop brand half fat vanilla churned ice cream. I ate about half a bowl of it with Nestle chocolate chips on top. Like, Evan tells me every detail about literally everything that goes on in his daily life. So, like, really...
You're like my journal.
Basically. But, yeah. So, I mean, like, obviously, being super, super long distance, that's, like, much harder. But I guess my tips would just be to... FaceTiming, I feel like, is, like, the best thing. And it's nice that you can do that now. And it's, like, so easy to do these days. You don't have to, like, get on Uvu and, like, you know... So that's, like, I feel like our biggest tip. But besides that, we haven't really done, like, long distance. So, but that's what I would say. What's your biggest pet peeve of Evan's? I don't know if she's asking what my biggest pet peeve of, like, we'll just say each other's. Okay, Evan likes to push my buttons. We already talked about this. He likes to just keep henpecking me until I literally explode, and he thinks it's funny, but it's literally like that is the one thing in this life that puts me in a bad mood. So stop it. That's what I would say. And you?
I don't know. I'm like trying to think.
I know what you've said in the past, but
I don't know what I said in the past.
I've tried to be better.
I don't know.
I haven't really been. In the past, you said that I couldn't pick a place to eat.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't either, so that's unfair.
No.
I've tried better, because I know that's
Yeah. We've gotten better with that, but still, I mean, I guess you could have worse problems.
Yeah.
But no, I really don't know.
I try not to bug you that much.
I really don't know.
I guess I'm doing a good job.
What was the question?
Like, what's, like, your biggest pet peeve, like, that I do?
You take a long time to get ready sometimes.
But, like, everyone does.
Yeah, but it just...
Like, me compared to my friends, honestly, I take less time.
Like, I don't know. I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Impatient?
Yeah, impatient. So, like, if I'm ready, like, I want to go do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, today, like, I was ready, and then, like, I was like, are you ready? And you're like, just ate breakfast. Like, I was like, I'm ready to go out. Like, I want to, like, start my day.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something I don't like.
Okay. Well, not sure that's going to change. Sorry, honey. Okay, this question makes me really sad, but, like, it's not going to happen, so, like, whatever, we can talk about it. If you broke up, what's the best thing you learned, and would you consider it wasted time? So, well, I know we just kind of said, like, we wouldn't have dated for this long. It'd be a waste of time if we, like, weren't planning on spending together forever, or being together forever. But I wouldn't consider it a waste of time. Because, I mean, like, we've, like, grown up together. Like,
Yeah.
I like literally grew up with him, and he kind of like turned into like a man. Like, you know, like we've like been together for that long.
We became like adults.
Yeah, and like so I feel like we have been very influential on like the type of people that we've grown into be, and
We've kind of like molded each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I wouldn't be the person I am if we hadn't been together, and like I feel like, I mean, like the same for you. And there's never been anything negative that has like came out of our relationship. So like it's only like I feel like helped us grow as people and like you know, made life better. So absolutely not. It would not have been a waste of time. And I feel like what's the best thing you learned is like what you deserve like out of a relationship. 'Cause like I've been treated like trash in the past. And, I mean, like, really fast, you just learn, like, what you don't want to put up with and, like, what you deserve. And, like, Evan is literally, like... I don't want you guys to think that, like, our relationship is perfect. Because it's absolutely not. And that's not, like, the thing that I'm trying to, like... That's not what I'm trying to... But, like, he is, like, the perfect, like, boyfriend. Like, how everyone should be treated. So...
Am I supposed to answer this?
No.
It's kind of hard to follow up.
Just saying.
I love you.
I love you too. In what moment did you know you were meant for each other? And I was kind of thinking about this because I like saw it first. And for me anyway, I don't think there was just like a moment. But like I feel like it happened very fast, like for me anyway. Because like I feel like I went from like, in all honesty, like from when we first met, like, because, I mean, we didn't really know each other when we started dating, so it was kind of like, I mean, like, I don't know how long this is going to last, like, we didn't, you know, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, become best friends with your, like, significant other first before you start dating, but, like, we didn't do that, we kind of just, like, fell in love and became best friends at, like, the same time, but, like, it happened so fast, like, the transition just, like, happened, like, I always say, like, when you know, you know. And it just, like, I feel like there's not just one moment. It was just...
Yeah, there's not one
Like,
moment.
it just, like, I don't know, it just happened.
It's not like a light bulb. I don't think that's even possible.
No. So...
There's no way that's...
Yeah.
It's not like it's like a movie.
Yeah. I don't know if I can, like, hear you. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I am there. I
Okay.
talk quiet about it.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I wanted you to put the thing in so you could hear me. How can I try and make my boyfriend more romantic? I feel like that's, like... kind of like not a thing. I feel like that's just like either you like are or you aren't. Like I feel like, okay, this is what I've learned to realize over like the years. I feel like the super like romantic like act that couples put on for like social media and stuff, it's not like real. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
I feel like when you're growing up and you're like young or like in high school or
It's not
whatever.
like a princess Disney movie.
No, exactly. Like you're like, I don't know. You want like your boyfriend to post cute things of you and say cute captions and stuff, but like you're putting on an act for the rest of the world when like it's just not, that's not what's important. And like obviously if in real life he's just, I mean like not, I don't know, like saying like not necessarily like nice things, like not he's saying bad things to you, but like he's not saying like, you know, like the sweet things to you. Some people just aren't like that, I feel like, naturally. And I feel like you just, I mean, if that's something that you really need, you feel like you need out of a relationship, like you need like the kind of like the words of affirmation, I feel like you need to either be honest and like say that to them, that that's just kind of what you feel that you need in yourself. But other than that, I don't think you should take it personally that they're not that way, because that could just be who they are. Because everyone's different. Like everyone is going to act different in relationships and stuff like that. So, but if you feel like you need that out of a relationship, I would either be just like open and honest with them, or maybe they're just not the right person for you. Is like sad as that is, but it's just like the reality of it, I feel like. You have any perspective on that from the guy's side?
This thing keeps falling out of my ear.
I know.
I don't know.
Like, would you, if I was like, you need to, or like, I don't know. I feel like it's just never, I don't know. It's like,
I mean, like, you can, like, I feel like being romantic is just, like, small, like, the small things that actually matter.
exactly.
Like, buying somebody flowers just so you can, like, have a Snapchat story that your boyfriend bought you flowers.
It's,
like,
yeah,
that's
just
not,
not
like,
important.
who you are, like, what you're feeling. It's just you caring what other people, like, think about you.
Exactly. I feel like that is, like,
And,
the
like,
most important thing that, like, a lot of people need to, like, realize is, like, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about your relationship. Like, I feel like the
Like
less people
anything
know,
in
the
life.
better. Yeah, exactly. You're, like, living your own life, and it matters, like, what is happening in your own life and not what everyone else is seeing. So, I don't know. Yeah.
But a nice little picnic would be nice.
Ask your boyfriend to take you on a picnic.
Picnics are nice.
They are nice.
Alright, a couple more, because Super Bowl is coming up. We gotta cook this food. It's already 5 o'clock almost.
No.
Alright, like 2 more. 2 more. We can continue this another time.
No, we can't. It's going up tonight.
I know, but I'm saying we can continue with the second episode.
I thought
in a year.
I thought maybe like a cool episode, because I've had people ask for it before. If like people sent in like questions for us, and we like from like their real life, and like we tried to give them advice. It might be fun.
Sure, I'm not like a life coach, so.
Who you try to be? I feel like this is just like a quick one, so we'll do this. Do you think it's important to live with someone before getting married? So, I mean, obviously, like, we've only lived together for a short amount of time, but growing up, my parents were always like, it's important to live with your significant other before you get married, just because, I mean, a lot of things change. And for us, from my perspective anyway, I feel like it's only going to improve things, because I feel like, not that there's unhappiness in our relationship, but I feel like the only thing missing from our relationship is, like, we hate not being able to see each other every second of every day. So I feel like for us, it's like, it's only going to get better. And because we're so open and honest about like things, like obviously like you're going to have to create a system of like who's doing like what chores and like taking turns and stuff like that. But because we're so good about it, we'll just be like, dude, put your dishes in the dishwasher. Like, and we'll just do it, you know? Like
I eat from paper.
We're not doing that.
I eat from paper.
Absolutely not. We're saving the world.
I hate dishes.
Well, I eat from paper. But, like, see, this is the things, this is just, like, stupid bickering. I don't know what I was just saying. But everyone else that I have known that, you know, has, like, been married and whatever, everyone says that it's important to live with your significant other, because a lot of things do change.
You ever seen 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah, 90 Day Fiancé, not a good thing.
I mean, that's different, because I guess they, like, well, I guess some of them truly know each other.
Yeah.
But, like,
and, like,
it always ends bad.
Yeah. But, and even, like, I'm not going to, like, use names, but, like, one of my friends was in a situation where she moved in with her boyfriend, and it just, like, kind of, I mean, that wasn't the thing that, like, destroyed their relationship, but there were a lot of things that, like, he would do that she could not handle, and he just didn't care. Like, he, like, would literally just leave the apartment destroyed, and it would, like, bring her to tears, because she just, like, couldn't handle it. Like, it was, like, to that point. And so, but I feel like I said, for our relationship anyway,
Situation.
I feel like that's just not going to be an issue, because we work well together. But I do think that it's important. Your friendship with Amy is so sweet. How do you balance your time with Amy and Evan? So I feel like this is something that, like, not that I've had a hard time with over, like, the past several years, because they're both very understanding, but, like, since Amy and I, like, were living pretty far apart from each other, like, my freshman year of college and stuff, so we didn't see each other for a while. But when she moved back closer to the area, we started hanging out more and stuff. And Amy and I are just, like, we're, like, good for each other's soul. Like, we, like, motivate each other. We're just, like, we're also very compatible with certain, like, almost with, like, everything. We just get each other, and we're, like, just understanding. And so kind of having, like, a best friend that's, like, similar to Evan in a lot of ways, like, kind of, like, evens me out. And then I think it's important to have, you know, your friends outside of your relationship too, because, like, my mom has always said anyway, like, you need to have something to bring back to the relationship. Like, if you only had each other, you only like lived with each other, like only saw each other every single day, you didn't make time for anything else in your life, like even if that be work or school or anything, that's gonna like tear your relationship to shreds in like no time, because you don't have anything to bring back. Like if you're just, I mean, you don't even have anything to talk about. You spend every second with each other, there's nothing to say, you know what I mean? Like, sorry to everyone watching the video, it cut out for a little while, but we're back at it. We're gonna finish it up. One of the questions that I got the most out of like everything besides like communication and like fighting and stuff was like how to keep the spark alive like through so many years. And like the reason I was like kind of not going to answer this is because I don't really know if I have like a good answer for it. I feel like for a lot of these things I'm like, I feel like we have it so easy, like we're just really lucky.
I feel like that's like a question you ask like a married couple that's been together for like 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean like a lot of people are saying like they've been together with someone for like 3 years and like it's like getting hard. But I don't know. Like I feel like what's important is to just like kind of going back to like making your boyfriend a romantic or whatever, like just continuing to like show the love that you have for each other. And like my mom has always said like it's important to like keep dating kind of type thing even after you're like married or whatever. Like it's important that you don't stop what you did to like get the person in the first place, if that makes sense. So like you're saying all these nice things, you know, like going on dates, and not that you need to like go on a date every like week or like spend a lot of money and like do things like that,
like,
but
be together and like do things.
Yeah, like and make sure that the person knows that you still feel the same way about them, and like, you know, just kind of like again like the words of like affirmation. Because I mean I feel like it would be really easy to kind of just like stop having feelings if you just got so comfortable together that it was like you didn't say that like you loved each other anymore. You didn't compliment them or like, you know, stuff like that, but kind of just reminding each other like how you feel and things is just like what helps, I don't know, keep it alive.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to end that there because it's 5 o'clock. The Super Bowl starts at 6 and Evan's having a heart attack that he needs to go make meatballs. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching, depending on which platform you are listening to us on. If you guys are not already subscribed to the podcast and on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button on wherever you are. Also rate us if you're listening to us on the podcast. Give it a thumbs up if you're listening on YouTube. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media, Amanda Louise YT on Instagram and Living Lovely Podcast. I also have a Facebook page, Amanda's Lovely Little Fam. We're doing the Group Me. I will have the links everywhere for both of those. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening and submitting all of your questions. I love you guys endlessly. Thank you again. Until the next episode, stay blessed and don't forget to live lovely. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for being on the episode, Evan.
Thanks for having me, host.
Bye.
You're a great host.
Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.